So circa 5-6 years ago, you started to see change happen as your own kind of consultancy business. Would you
Yeah,
like to tell
it's
people?
a consulting vehicle. Yeah, it's
So what you
so
do?
I sold my IT company. I was tired of IT. I got really frustrated with it. I've been in for so long. I it was IT support, small businesses, and after 20 odd years of crawling around in desks, dealing with people's backups, people's anger and frustration when things didn't work, I was just tired of it. It was just becoming something that I just can't do this anymore. So at the same time, my gender transition became important. So at the end of 2016, my business partners offered to buy me out, which was great. So I sold my business beginning of 2017. I signed a non-compete clause that I wouldn't do IT again, which I was quite happy with. I didn't want to. I was tired of the IT game, and I had this ambition, if you like, at the time to create or help advocate in a world where trans people could get acceptance. I
Okay.
mean, I was transitioning. I had a lot of internalized transphobia. I had a lot of internalized issues. The trans people I knew had a very similar outlook on life, where there was frustration, there was lack of support, lack of acceptance. And this was 6 years ago, and if you look back 6 years, we've come a long way in 6 years in terms of knowledge and what we're talking about. But those time there, I was still unusual,
Mm-hmm.
very unusual. I'm not saying I'm saying I'm commonplace today. So I had the ambition to be a kind of a trans awareness person, if you like, training, public speaking, etc., etc. So that was my kind of early days ambition. And I think what happened was over the course of the first year, I realised that it wasn't just about me.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I felt quite inauthentic and quite disingenuous thinking it was about me. I became sort of thinking, oh, it was all about being trans. People need to know about being trans. And I suddenly realised when I built a network of people who in the disability space, in the anti-racism space, and other D&I type topics, that the challenge was bigger than just talking about characteristics. Inclusion isn't about dividing people into characteristics and finding solutions for each characteristics. It's creating equitable
Mm-hmm.
opportunity for all. So I think that's what dawned on me as I went through 2017 into 2018. So I say I pivoted. I evolved it into being not just around trans awareness, but also including inclusion awareness. I describe myself as inclusion and belonging specialist. How do we create spaces where people can belong?
But like
I do a lot
on
of
that
work.
topic, like from a business strategy point of view, in the same way, if you have a bakery, you might evolve to a sell coffee. And, you would say to any business, it makes sense to actually be as inclusive, but actually evolve and change. And I guess you've done exactly that. That likewise, also because of your backstory and knowledge and experience, that's what gives you all the credibility and empathy to talk about different things in a way that I think it's brilliant to kind of hear. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I know many people who are disability advocates, and that's what they do. They're disability advocates, and they don't want to dilute that by talking about anything else other than disability. There are people who are race advocates who
Mm-hmm.
only want to talk about race or gender in the workplace. That's all they want to talk about. So there are a lot of people out there who quite rightly focus on
On the
their
niche.
laser point, narrow focus, a niche. Um, I think what happened was I didn't want to be a trans person talking about being trans.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I,
okay.
I felt that I had more to offer than just talking about myself. So that's why I moved away from just being solely focused on trans awareness. I just it wasn't making me satisfied as a person.
Yeah,
I
I get you.
felt I had more to give in a different direction. So I still promote trans awareness. I do a lot of training courses. It's a big part of my business.